Hello Eagles, welcome to our first show of 2015-2016 school year. It's jam-packed with information and stories. Some you need, some you can't miss. I'm Berdon.
And I'm Nick. That's right. We've got your inside information on school, and our stories this year will take you to places at Olathe North that may surprise you. All on your Eagles Perch.
The bells rule our lives in school. The warning bells, the tardy bells, and the late bells. Clocks run the bells, but there is a clock in the building that a lot of students may not have noticed. It has been keeping the time longer than my grandma. Jesus and Brandon tell us more as the seconds tick away.
There's a clock in the office. Do you know anything about it? From 1912.
No, I do not.
So, what do you know about the clock from 1912 in the office?
That's a really good question. I'm not really sure. No.
The history of the clock still remains a secret. The clock was originally a gift from the class of 1912 from John P. St. John High School. It has been repaired several times. It must be hand-wound 24 hours. History has been lost. We still never know how it got to Olathe North. Time will never run out as long as the clock still ticks. This is Brendan Shope from Eagle News.
Eagles, senior shirt orders are going to be extended until Monday, September 28th. Please get an order form from your advisory teacher or outside of room 001.
The 65-yard fumble return from Friday's game won Play of the Week for Time Warner's cable channel.
Students that are interested in taking the PSAT need to sign up in the counseling office. The cost is $16. Cash or check is accepted. Limited seats are available, though, so sign up as soon as possible. The deadline is September 30th.
Thinking about joining Science Olympiad? You are invited to an informal meeting today in room 010 after school.
In the next 2 years, Olathe West will be joining the family of Olathe High Schools. North is still the original, as the original high school. Our doors opened in this building in 1958. Those same halls still exist buried beneath the new wings. Cole and Billy did some excavating and dug up this story.
Have you ever wondered about the history of the hallways of which you walk every single day in this great school that is Olathe North? Well, Billy and I had a chance to explore it. We started off in the 400 hallway, one of the oldest hallways in the building. We then took a trip down the original 100 hall. Something unique about that hallway is the wooden structure. It's been there since the beginning of the school. We then asked one student about any suspicious things he's heard.
I heard yesterday that there's like a ghost in the auditorium.
After that, we took a trip to visit Mr. Carmody.
Since I've been here, Olathe North has been added on to at least 6 times. 200 halls and 400 halls are really the original high school, and underneath that section of the building is tunnels. And those tunnels are access points, and they used to be for electrical and water, not used so much anymore, but they are kind of that little secret area that not too many people know about. But if you look back in there, you can see that it really snakes around and goes a long ways. And you almost have to be a midget or a monkey to get back in there, because otherwise a guy like my size, I could never make it. I'd have to be on my hands and knees. So it has a very low ceiling, but it does go quite a ways back. That has since gone away and had a roof put over the top of it and become a storeroom. And that's the result of the constant additions, the constant growth we've had at Olathe North.
Although he told us there was no access points, we managed to find otherwise. Using our connections very wisely, we found the spots in a classroom and at the end of the 400 hall.
A school is made up of a lot more than just classrooms and learning. And although you think that stuff may be boring, you think the school might be boring, take a look around. You might not think that. This is Cole and Billy.
And come support the Eaglettes for their fundraiser at Speedy Car Wash September 26th at 101 Walker Street, Lenexa, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Purchase a $35 gift card for only $20. See an Eaglette for more details.
Eagles, here are some more important dates. September 25th, no school, teacher professional day. October 7th, all school assembly. October 9th, no school, teacher professional day. October 14th, testing day, PSAT and ACT. October 14th and 15th, parent-teacher conference. October 15th and 16th, no school.
Students must have a parking pass to park on campus. Cars parked in the parking lot without a parking tag are subject to a large sticker attached to their window and could lose their parking lot privileges.
We're going way back before our next story with notorious people who have walked the halls of Olathe North High School at one time. Back in the 30s, there was a famous murder case here in Kansas. One of the murderers did go to the school right here. Harrison and Aiden and Travis uncovered the facts and have a short pictorial that shows our connection in cold blood.
So if you want a good read that's real in cold blood and really close to home, this is Harrison, Travis, and Aiden for Eagles Perch.
Congratulations to Ty Lawson, who was recognized at the recent Board of Education meeting for his perfect 36 score on his ACT. Impressive.
Spirit days for Homecoming Spirit Week are 9/21 Monday, Spirit Day, Sleeping Beauty / PJ Day. Tuesday, Spirit Day, Disney Day. Wednesday, Tropical Tourist Day. Thursday, Color Wars, Senior Red, Juniors White, Sophomores Blue, and Freshmen Red, Blue, and White. Friday, no school. However, there is a football game at Seaback, and the theme is Disney.
Some of the old Olathe High School stories are only whispered in legend. One of those was the practice of cruising de fay. Burdon and Dan wanted to know more, so here's that.
All right, so we've been asking people, how they feel about cruising the Faye, something they used to do in the past. And this is the kind of stuff that people had to say about cruising the Faye. All right, so we got a Q right here.
What's going on?
We finna figure out, see how he would like to cruise the Faye. You know what I'm saying?
Cruising the Faye, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm a fly type of individual already, you know what I'm saying? I know you see the gold face rolling, you know what I'm saying? Diamond piece already, you know what I'm saying? Gotta rock the, you know what I'm saying, with the all-white chucks, though. You know what I'm saying? So when it come through to the whip game, though, everybody gotta know that I'm clean, you know what I'm saying? Coming through Santa Fe, I understand, you know? I understand why people would do that, you know what I'm saying, on Santa Fe. Because that's some stuff that I would do, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta stay fresh out here.
In the way that you're using the terminology cruise the Faye.
Okay.
But have I driven on Santa Fe before? Yes.
All right.
But my wife, that you're going to bring up,
Okay.
cruised the Faye back in the day, back in the early
Okay.
90s, late 80s.
Since you brought up, could you define what cruising the Faye means?
It meant basically hanging out with your friends, getting in whatever car, automobile that you had at the time, and just cruising back and forth from, I think she said, there used to be like a concrete place on the corner down where the CVS now. From there, like almost all the way to Burger King on the other side of 35.
Okay, so it went across the highway.
Yeah.
Okay. So you never got the chance to do the pleasure?
That wasn't me. I wasn't around then.
Okay.
I was cruising the Oracle back in Arizona.
Oh, okay. Well, as a teacher, though, and of course, we've both been here quite a while.
Right.
Do you ever remember any of the kids talking about cruising the Faye?
Yeah, actually, a long time ago, I think, when I first started teaching here. But I don't think it was as much as what it was back in the early 90s, like actually physically.
So do you remember any of the reasons why things have changed over the years, or why it was a problem, or what it was like?
I think actually it was a crackdown. Come on in, Miss Jackson. I think it was a crackdown on it. I think after a while, the loitering pieces on hanging out in some of the fast food restaurants in the parking lots, kids were kind of getting pushed away out of there. So I think that's kind of why it faded out.
And this is the kind of stuff that people had to say about cruising the Faye.
Kansas City National College Fairs, Sunday, September 27, 2015, 1 to 4 p.m., Kansas City Convention Center. Check with the website for more details. KC Metro College Expo, Monday, October 12, 2015, 6 to 8 p.m., Overland Park Convention Center. Again, check the website for more details. Shawnee Mission College Fair, Wednesday, October 14, 2015, 6:30 to 8:30 in Shawnee Mission East High School, Mission Road, Perry Village, Kansas.
New student support groups at Olathe North High School. Healthy Choices. Olathe North will partner with Adolescent Center for treatment to provide sessions to help students avoid the possibility of drug and alcohol abuse. Grief Group. An important factor in healing from loss is having support from others. Students who have experienced death or loss are invited to join in this group, where they can share and process their grief together. And Wellness Advocate. Dr. Moore is available to meet with students and/or families during and after school for a range of mental, emotional, and behavioral needs, including depression or anxiety, ADHD, family stress, grief loss, social difficulty, suicidal ideation, self-harm, management of chronic pain or illness, sleep-related difficulties, and many others. In addition, students and/or family members with unmet medical needs and/or dental needs, including sports physicals, medications, or cavities, or even diabetes, etc., can be referred to Dr. Moore, who can set up appointments with Health Partnership Clinic, which accepts Medicare, Medicaid, private insurance, and self-pay.
Another group, the military small group, is geared towards creative, responsive, and relative support systems for our military connection students. This group is open to students who have family members in the military, are planning on joining the military, and for those who have lost a loved one in war. The military support group is also open to students whose parents/guardians are military contractions and/or departments of defensive employees. Please follow the counseling office on Twitter for upcoming college visits, news from the Regent schools, and much more at Olathe North High School Counseling. We are all moving fast all day long. Sometimes we miss stuff right in front of us. Olathe North has a lot of those places. Kiana and Mason found some of these places and bring us this report.
Little known students know that behind this door right here is an underground tunnel going like 100, 200 feet. The stairway going up to nowhere. They got the cedar block hallway down there. There's a lot of secrets to Olathe North.
ACT registration information is available in the front office. The next test will be October 24th, and registration deadline was September 18th, with a late registration by October 2nd, 2015.
North is full of history, and one of the reasons we know this because so many teachers have been Eagles from way back. Amanda and Brady talked with some of them.
At Olathe North, there are many teachers who went to this high school and have graduated. We are going to ask teachers Mr. Swift and Mr. Oxley. We asked them about who inspired them to become a teacher. Where would they have been if they hadn't become a teacher? And what year did they graduate from Olathe North? Go Eagles!
I had several teachers. My fourth grade teacher taught me to draw cartoons. Taught me that reading was fun and writing stories were fun. So that has a big impact on the job I do today. My high school English teacher, Mr. Clark, taught me that writing, taught me that I could be good at writing and that, you know, it was easy as long as you understood the process. So that's what inspired me to be an English teacher. And then my drawing teacher, Mr. Walker, of course, just taught me all about art.
Okay.
Well, for a while, I thought I wanted to be a clown. That didn't work. I'd probably be like a children's book illustrator. That was always like my plan B, because I can write and I can draw, so that was my idea. I graduated from Olathe North in 1987. Oh, back in the 1980s, Olathe North was quite a bit the same. It's a lot bigger now, so like the footprint of the school is all spread out. The room we're sitting in was actually, back in 1987, pretty close to where my senior assigned parking place was. So I used to park my car right about here, and then right out those windows back there, that was the high school smoking lounge. So if you smoked, you could go out there between classes and get a quick cigarette. So the bad thing was, with my car parked here, I'd always come out after school, and my whole car would smell like smoke. Secrets about Olathe North. Well, there are tunnels that run under the school, and everybody thinks, ooh, tunnels, but they're just small tubes for conduit pipes to go in. But we had a science teacher that would let us put a PE scooter down on the ground and get on our bellies and pull ourselves down the tunnel as far as we were brave enough to go, but it was pitch black and you could hear things running around in there, so none of us ever wanted to go very far.
Who inspired you to become a teacher?
My 8th grade social studies teacher, Mr. Dale Farmeyer. He went to Oregon Trail. He's now retired, and that's the guy I wanted to be when I grow up. If I hadn't become a teacher, I would probably be working for the railroad. That was my next option that I had. I got a teaching job offer. The same time I got a railroad job offer, so that's what I would have been doing. I graduated Olathe North from 2008.
Has anything changed about the school?
Changed. It's gotten bigger, but the tradition's still here. The type of kids are still here. The teachers are still awesome. I mean, everything's kind of pretty much similar. It hasn't been too long since I've graduated, so.
Many former Eagles have left legacies, and one has become a building legend. Some consider Chad P. Smith our theater ghost. But what is the real story? Justine and I went looking in on this ghost story. Behind me is a picture of Chad P. Smith, a previous Olathe North student that may or may not have died here at Olathe North. This picture is here to commemorate the interesting story that follows Chad P. Smith. We asked Mr. Pence to see what he thought about this alleged mystery.
That would be the story of Chad P. Smith. Chad was an Olathe North student who I believe was here in the early 90s. Chad was involved in the AV club, he was involved in the theater program, he was involved in choir. Well, the story that I was told when I came in, and the story that I tend to believe, is that while working with the theater department at some time, he was jacking around on the catwalk and fell off and died, and since he wasn't able to complete high school, his spirit now is what can control some of the things that we have in the auditorium. Lights flickering, sound systems not working, computers not working, some of those kind of things. He just kind of haunts the auditorium in the little theater. The catwalk would be the upper level where the stage lighting is controlled from. I found out that when I came into the building, and the reason I found out is there is a bathroom in the guy's dressing room named the Chad P. Smith Memorial Bathroom.
Chad P. Smith. I heard the name usually around the theater. I've heard rumors. I think it had to do with the area above, like the stage where they perform on and all that.
Yeah.
The place up there, I think there was something bad, obviously, or else people wouldn't talk about Chad P. Smith. This is Nick Bauer for Olathe North Student News. I'm Nick.
I'm Berdine.
And this has been Eagles Perch.